Hey everybody, welcome to another Watch Talk Live. Today we have another great collector, actually great couple collector. We've had a few other great couple collectors already, and this one is no exception. So we are waiting for them to get situated in the green room. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone here, Steve, Spinergy, Nightwing. Of course, Vic is in here, T, and everyone. Appreciate. There's Cliff. Hey, Cliff. Appreciate everyone coming in, stopping by. Should be a fun show. So I've seen a couple of the pre-production photos that were sent. So this ought to be a lot of fun going over some of these amazing watches and getting to know Vic and Janet a little bit more. But with that, we're just kind of getting things situated in the background here. So we'll give them a few minutes. I know we've got shows coming up tonight, I believe. Am I right? And we'll see where things go from there. It should be an interesting one. And I do see I see the winning couple in the background here. So let me bring up Vic and Janet.
Hey,
Hey everybody.
how's it going? How's
Good,
it going?
Oh, look at it. Oh, wow.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll.
You got it going, man. I
Yeah,
saw
man.
some of your pre-photos. You got it lined up and ready to go, don't you?
We're lined up, and yeah, that's just our couples, our him/hers pieces. So,
Him, her. Okay. Well, you know.
I got my tray of magnums here on the side. It wouldn't be
What?
a show. It wouldn't be a show without magnums.
Well, we definitely have to change your moniker
Yeah.
if you didn't have at least 4 or 5.
Look at that. Get that hair down.
You
There we go.
all coiffed in there good.
I think it is. Who cares? So everybody, sorry if I missed chat. I got the tablet up there, but so sorry if I miss any chat.
That's all right. I'll try and the producer is over here handling stuff, so hopefully we'll pick up as much as we can.
Okay.
But really appreciate the both of you coming in. This is going to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of times Janet sits in the background, typing away on the tablet. All of a sudden things start showing up. So
not buying watches, which by the way, we're going to have a special unboxing during this live as well because something came in today.
Wow. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, speaking of that, so what have you gotten in recently? I know you've The Legardos were fairly recent.
Recently, my latest one was my
Okay.
this Magnum here
What is
from
that? Is that red? Is that considered the red?
Yeah, this is considered the red
Okay.
from Invicta stores. This one,
Okay.
I mean, I jumped. It came down to 149. I wasn't going to let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to let that go. What else? I mean, I got some relatively new here on the counter, but that would be our, we can,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll bring it back out a little bit later, but
Oh yeah.
the
Yeah.
Her.
Oh, okay. So we got the him
Yeah,
her. Awesome. Awesome.
yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I see wrist action on Janet. What you got on?
Yeah, show it, Jen.
I have the Arctic X-Wing.
Ooh, the Arctic X-Wing.
Matches my shirt, you know.
Yeah. Now this watch has some special meaning today because it needed a battery. No. and I and I got it done relatively easily. So
there you go.
for its reward, it stays on the wrist
There you go.
until Burger Barn. Then I'll put something else on. But
right.
I had to wear it as well. This way, if they were all like this, it'd be a dream to change batteries.
Now what was in that? Was that like a 53?
PC21.
Oh, PC21. Okay.
Yeah, 377 battery.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have all of the paddles and screws and
the plastic clip popped out. The battery's looking at you saying, "Hello, change me." And you pop it out, pop the new one in, and you got movement and go.
There you go.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So anyway,
well,
that's
awesome.
Today. Yeah, man.
So so we've had our conversation with you, and I'm assuming, Janet, you got started after Vic, or did you get him started?
I got him started.
Okay.
And it all started with a mouse. Right before he turned 25 for the second time.
Second time. You hear that?
Second time around is the better one, right?
Right.
Which is, of course, interesting because after getting him his first,
right.
Hold on.
Now she's doing that. As I opened it up, I really had no idea, and then I'll get into my little backstory of. It's over there.
Right.
No, it's not that one.
Oh, you can go get it. I'll talk. And
I'll be right back.
This beautiful Mickey Pro Diver.
Yeah.
Was in there. Now, I was obviously 50 when she gave me this. I know it's 40 millimeter. That's and it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll never ever get rid of this watch for any.
Absolutely.
I tell you what, I've never had it serviced. I've had this I'm 54 now, so 4 years.
Yeah.
It's spot on. It's spot on. NHA35A. I wind it once a month.
Yeah, I mean they're workhorses.
Yeah, this was the watch. I remember I told you the story when I went on our Disney cruise and the guy thought it was a Rolex.
Yeah.
And he wanted it from me. Yeah, this one was it right here.
Yeah. So that kind of goes into a little bit of the story of why the Disney piece was important to you, because you guys have been big Disney cruisers and vacationers and everything.
Right.
And
yeah,
I wanted so Kimon jumped in, and Trap is here, and Tommy showed up. So welcome everybody.
Hello. Sorry again, I'm trying to read, but
go ahead. I got in your way.
That's all right, man. That's what kind of started the Invicta. I've always loved Invicta.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, did you find it?
No.
Oh, that's right.
It's in that special place.
Back then, things were rough, and we would put the TV on, and I would flip the channels, and I would see. I guess it was Shop NBC at that time. I don't know what it was back in 4 years ago. I don't know if it was Evine or what it was.
Probably, it was probably borderline. I'd probably go Evine, but
right,
probably close.
So, we would always watch the show, and she'd be like, just grab something. It's only this. It's only gonna. I said, no, well, we can't. We couldn't. Financially, where we weren't in the best of positions.
Right.
And
and that's understandable for anybody watching who thinks that we all just, jumped in, feet first, and, we're buying 10, 20 at a time. I mean, it just doesn't happen that way. I mean,
Right.
life gets in the way, and sometimes you do what you have to do,
Right.
and you go with it. But that's fine.
Yep. And then a couple years, I think 2017 was it?
That's when you turned 25
Yeah.
the second time.
Yeah. Well, 2017 is when I bought the first one, that black. I don't have it here. My Bolt with the gold and black
Okay.
bezel. And what are we? 4 years later and 190 pieces later, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much in a nutshell.
Yeah.
For me, and then I'll let her get into her backstory. For me, that many people, Magnum Vic, and how the watch craze started. I forgot how old I was. I got my tonsils out, and I get home, and my father had given me a welcome back home gift. I remember vividly because he was renovating the kitchen at my childhood home, which they're still in, by the way.
Right.
And he was renovating the kitchen, so he would come visit. It wasn't a major thing. So he was there the day of the surgery, and then my mother stayed with me overnight. And I got home, and it was a Mickey Mouse Timex watch
Okay.
that he gave me, and that was it. That my love for watches. I maybe I was 7, 8 years old, maybe, and it started from there. And I would remember walking down to the pharmacy. You all remember if you walk into a diner, it's got that rotating dessert like column where all the desserts are rotating. Well, this pharmacy had all Timexes in there, and I would go down there every day in the summer with a kid with nothing to do, and just stare at them, and be like, wow, this is which one would I be able to get? And the last day of the summer, the pharmacist actually gave me a watch. He goes, I have never seen someone, you're here every single day, blah, blah, blah. You never said a word. You never bothered anybody. Pick a watch. I said, oh, okay, great. And it just started from there. And then my love was always for watches. As far as she knew me, 30 years now, she knew my love for watches. And again, just could never really, life always got in the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure half the chats was in the same boat with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into the auto business, many years ago, 1987, and yeah. And I was back in the office back then. I was like a data processor, processing all the back end paperwork. And then one week, the biller had to go on vacation, and they trained me to do the job for the week. And I did it. I did it so well that they gave me an Invicta watch, which it was right at the end, right 87, 88, John, right when they shut down for the quartz movement thing until they reopened.
My history on when they shut down and when they came back online, I'm not 100%.
Yeah, it was around that time, I believe. Anyway, and that was it. I mean, I just fell in love, and I wish I still had that watch. I don't even remember. I wore it to death.
Right.
It lasted quite a bit, and then it just started to fall apart. I know it was on a brown leather band, and and that's kind of my backstory. And then 50 came, and I showed you the Mickey Pro Diver, and then the rest is history. So I'll let my lovely bride get in here and give her a little back end.
Yeah.
Well, my story is not quite as elaborate as his.
Well, I don't know. It's pretty good.
My first watch was when I was 9. It was a Timex on a black leather strap from my godfather, which I pretty much wore till I lost. And then I can't lie to you, I wasn't really a watch person until Victor gave me a watch for my birthday. It was a Seiko. I still have it.
Yeah, there you go.
And then, I moved on to other things, like jewelry and bracelets, and the watch got pushed to the back.
Yeah.
And then after I started him off with Invicta, his collection started with a mouse, and my watch that I went looking for was right here all the time. Also started with the mouse.
Oh yeah.
And then in the beginning I just kind of watched and was buying him watches because it made him so happy. And then I was up for a new job, and he treated me to this. You do.
Not do it.
To this lovely piece.
Yeah.
Butterfly angel.
Yeah, the butterfly angel. Yeah.
Now, funny story with this, real quick. Look what's not moving. Guess what? Guess what's another battery changer as soon as this video's over. And you know me, what I do is not to get into her story, but I go to I take the model, I see what battery it is, I see what kind of movement it is, and this is an easy movement, so that'll be quick. But go ahead, Janet.
You'll bang that one out
it's
like
not a D60.
Yeah.
Right.
So pretty much after that, I started buying like a piece here or there.
Mm-hmm.
Started out with like the little ones, the 38 millimeters, and graduated to the larger pieces rather quickly. And stopped buying for him and started buying for myself. And almost 3 cases later, here I am.
You see that? You see what you all started?
But it all started with a mouse.
Yeah, it did.
For both of us.
It really did. It really did.
Well, I mean, that's unique, especially for y'all, you know, because I know how much, you know, like I say, Disney has been such a big part of y'all's lives that, I mean, it really does tie a lot of things together in how the watches and, you know, the love of something else and, you know, the iteration of it, you know, makes so many other things, you know, just line up. And
True.
Yeah, it's
True.
amazing.
It does, and I mean, we love Disney. We're Vacation Club members. But go ahead. Sorry.
Not to cut him off.
Yeah,
but
I gave her that one too.
Here.
I got to do it.
So,
all right.
This is what he gave me when I turned 25 for the second time.
It's hard to see, but it's
with
the rose
gold. Mickey in the middle, or Minnie in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, rose gold. She's still ticking, so I got to worry about that one.
Yeah, right. You're safe.
Because right now I'm at that period, John, where it's been 3-4 years now. So, and I don't want, you know what? I don't want to have like I know Dee Dee was talking about having like a triage center. I don't want to have to deal with 30. If I can see it, and I can do it, I want to do it right then and there.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get it done with. Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. Sometimes I only go in and look at the automatics and kind of ignore the quartz a little bit just because I don't want to look at them too hard and be like, oh, okay.
Right. Now,
you know, start pulling them out, laying them on the table. Okay. Start getting ready.
Yeah. And I only look if I'm in that case. So I don't go case diving to see what's not working.
Right.
Whatever case my eyes go to in the morning, that's how literally I pick my watch, except for Monday. It's Magnum Monday, so I always go to my Magnum case. But I always look, and I look at all 50, and then I say, okay, everything's good. I'm good for another day.
Right.
But yeah, we love Disney. Getting back to that, we are Vacation Club members. We've been on 11 Disney cruises, which they are phenomenal. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if people don't let the Disney name scare you. There's plenty to do for adults. There's plenty of sections where 18 and older only. Sure, they pass by because there's there are rooms in aft and mid of the ship and stuff. So, obviously they're walking through, but Disney goes well above and beyond to take care of their adult passengers. So, we enjoy it, and good other Disney piece. And I don't know which one that kind of style that is, John. I mean, I got it. I don't remember. I don't know if it's considered a diver. It doesn't say anything on the back, like a specialty or anything.
It's got it's got that cushion case, which would typically not make a pro or grand diver.
Right.
That's a new one for me. I don't think I've seen that case style.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I got it. And then I got this pro diver one a week before we went away on one of our trips when they had the YouTube show. It was like $69. I said, I'm not letting that sucker go.
Right.
No, that's all right.
Hey, Dickerson.
Hey, Dee. And then for Christmas one year, she got us when they had the
90th. Okay, I remember when those came out.
Yeah. And again, 44, but you know what? It's fine. I mean, when I go to Disney, these obviously all come with me.
Right. I mean, it's like, if you go to like an NFL game or something like that, or you go to a Star Wars movie or something, I mean, you just feel that much more attached to it. So, yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
So, man, our love for Disney has grown. Shown on. This is Janet's iridescent.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now is
Mickey
that
Mouse.
mother of pearl on the inside too?
Yeah, it is really. Look, I'm not crazy for the glossy
Mm-hmm.
iridescent. Like my Magnum is. I don't have it here, but it's the Sandblast, which I prefer that better. And I just wish
Right.
we can get a better view of it because it is a sweet dial. Um, so we love our Disney pieces and everything else that's here. So I don't know if she
Yeah,
had
absolutely.
more of her story to do. Are you
No, I'm
more of her
good.
story? You
I'm
good? No, she's good. Just go with her story.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Cliff is saying it's a coalition forces.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Cliff. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
it must be like early generation.
You know what? I like the style of it. And again, that was a purchase buy because we were going.
Right.
Pretty much. That's if I know we're going and I see a Disney piece, I would I would definitely want to grab it. And I pretty much when it's just a Disney trip, not including the cruise, it's just Disney exclusive pieces. I won't bring any Magnums or Zeus's or unless it was a Mickey one or a Disney one.
Mm-hmm.
The cruise is different. I'll bring my Magnums. I'll bring my nice pieces for the nighttime.
Right.
Going out to eat and hanging out at the club and like that. But during the excursions, I'll either have a pro diver on because we're probably gonna hit a beach 9 out of 10 times.
Right.
And those watches came to St. Thomas and Tortola,
Yes.
and took them in the water and
Right.
beautiful beach and no rust to this day. Still, it's been 2 years. 2 years, right? 2 years because of the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still going strong. And that's the Invicta quality we love so much.
Yeah. I mean, and like you say, if you've got other watches that you take with you, but you've got something that you can throw on and you say go down to the beach or
Right.
hang out at the pool on the ship or something like that, and not and have the peace of mind and not worry about it. That's
Not
the
worried
thing
about it.
is you just sit there and you don't worry about it, and yeah, I mean
Exactly.
that's the awesome part.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. So
so we know Magnum is Vic. Do you have a go-to, Janet?
Mostly I go to the Lupas and the
Okay.
X-Wing. Those are pretty much my favorites.
Okay.
I brought down a few.
yeah, just a few.
I only have like 8 watches.
Oh Lord.
Right. Now,
So I know that we're pretty much twinning and triplets in some watches.
this one.
Right. Right.
This was the first diamond Lupa.
Yeah.
Revolution.
Yeah. The Revolution.
with the diamond markers.
Yep. In the white. Yeah.
In the white.
Yeah. That one.
Yeah. This we got Invicta Times Square. This is
Oh,
like
right. Yeah. That
Yeah.
pinkish purple.
Yeah, the aubergine kind of.
Yeah.
They call it, but I call it purple.
Yeah.
And
Eggplant.
And then Trap enabled her to get this one.
Oh, the gray and gold. Yeah.
Gray and
Yeah, I
gold.
remember
Trap,
that one.
yeah, Trap was all over this one, and she listened to Yoda Vision, and it became reality. And this is one of her latest ones. I thought this was too big for her, but she wanted to go with this one.
Oh, the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the numbers on that. It's so much different than most of them, and the dial layout is very cool.
Yeah, and look at that mother of pearl.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
I know this room is probably partial, but I mean, I think Invicta's got the best mother of pearls going. I don't think anyone comes close.
Yeah, I mean,
I know they're out there, but
yeah, I mean, like you say, I'm sure there's others. But then to say, is there others that have that level and have the price points and everything else that goes along with it? I would say if there are, it's not very many.
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't think there's anything that exclusive to that point, but I do think, Invicta is one of the few out there that is able to combine, those kind of, dial materials and movements and things like that,
Yep.
and all of that.
Yep.
But
So
yeah. Kimon said Aragon has great mother pearl. Yeah, Aragon would be another one.
Yeah, I'm interested in Aragon. I've seen a couple of them, and they're pretty.
Well, I've seen a couple of Kimons, and
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, those are some those are some amazing ones. I think the one he even showed today was something with had gems around the outside and everything. That was
Right.
stunning. So
But
yeah,
is that enough? But that's just going to become another financial. You start with that, and then and now what? Now what do you do? So you know what I mean. But
yeah. Oh,
so
well, it is what it is, though. I mean, and that's fine. Like you say, you know, everything in time, and
yeah,
and it's fine. I mean, you don't have to go too overboard with things, and obviously, be responsible about what you're doing. But and
true. This is true.
I went to where am I? So I know. Let's see here. So for anybody that's looking, I know Vic's not really big on Facebook, um,
Right.
but
Only Invicta 757. That's the only group I'm in.
oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
do have a Facebook, okay?
Yeah, I have it just for them. I wasn't Invictaholics, and I just didn't like the bickering and if someone bought a watch that they wanted to have in a collection, and someone else didn't like it, it was a big to do, and how could you buy that watch? I mean, nobody has the right to tell anybody what to buy and to like. So I didn't want to deal with the drama with it, so I kind of got out of it. I
Understood.
may go back in one day, but I didn't want the drama of it.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
so
I mean,
yeah.
I can understand that, and
Hey, Sheldon.
everyone's reasons of how and why they get into it, are different. Some people are, you know, we talk about the Invicta family vibe and everything, and not everyone is into that the same way. Oh, Sheldon just jumped in. Hey, Sheldon,
Hey,
and
Shell.
uh, and that's fine. I mean, not like every collector is different, every collection is different, and every
Right.
reason for collecting is different, and that's fine. I mean,
Yep.
I think
Exactly.
as long as we can all agree that in general, the joy of seeing others, collections, and getting to know each other a little bit more, because of a watch or a timepiece, or like a Mickey Mouse, or something like that, something that brings people together, is all is a good thing. So I mean, that's
Yep.
completely fine. And
Exactly.
you know
So yeah, I hear you, man. And look, well said. I can't really say anything more better than that. So that's why I'm just in. There's no drama in 757, and
okay.
it's nice to be there. And then, as everyone knows, my Instagram, that's pretty much what I do.
Hmm.
I enjoy it. I don't do it to, I just enjoy posting my watch of the day, and I enjoy doing my live unboxings there. I don't have the gift of gab. It may sound like I do when I'm on these chats, but I don't have John or Trap's gift of gab that I can sit here live and keep a conversation going.
uh,
Um,
you,
that's
you
just,
you do better than what you think.
I
And
appreciate
just
it.
like just like the very first time, oh yeah, Dickerson's wanting to know what's in the glass.
Janet poured it. It's a stout beer. I just don't know what kind of stout it is.
Okay.
It's really hard. I mean, I don't want to kill it because I'm only on two homemade Twix cookies that Janet made last night that came out absolutely delicious.
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
the baking queen has been at it again, I hear.
go ahead. You can talk about that.
I just happened to find the recipe before I left for work, and just said, you know what? I don't know how it happened, but I just came home and I was like,
Thanks, Shell.
let me try this.
Yeah.
So, I got my guinea pig over here, quality control manager. I'm sorry.
It's
Right.
all right. It is what it is.
And,
It is what it is.
so I did that and made dinner, and,
Yeah.
it was just all around a good night last night.
Yeah. As everyone else knows, I'm sure everyone that sees me on Bulldog, Saturday is usually our burger barn night out.
That's date night.
That's date night for us. So we're gonna do that after the show. We'll put the watches away, and well, that's why very, very small. That's why we generally don't eat on the day that we go to Burger Barn, because we want to enjoy it there. And
Right.
hopefully when our family and members come up from all parts of the country, it's a definite stop, if not every night of the stay, at least 2 nights or 3. You know what I mean?
Oh. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's that
exactly.
it's that good, man. It's that good. I know people,
Yeah.
it's just a burger. It's not, and you'll see when you come. that it's
Yeah.
not just a burger. But
Yeah.
so we're gonna hold that off for today. So yeah, but it's a craft beer. I don't know what kind it is.
Something chocolate.
Something chocolate.
Something chocolate.
Right. Now I know T last night was saying it's not like you're drinking a chocolate drink. It's that when it goes back, you kind of get a hint of chocolate back there.
Okay.
But it's not really it's just a stout. It's like a stronger Guinness because these have like 7 to 8% alcohol in them. ABV they call it. Yeah, so you can get pretty lit pretty quick if you start knocking a few down.
You start trying to pound them back.
Yeah, you can get pretty lit pretty quick. So
So baking, I mean, so I know a little bit, there's people who love to cook, and then there's people who love to bake, and it's a very different environment. Like baking is very precise and everything because of everything that, you get a little too much of this or that, things go awry. Has that always been something that you've done, or?
Yes. And I tend to change the recipes that I'm following after I've made it the way they say you should make it.
Okay.
I'm already deciding while I'm making it that it needs more of this, that, or the other thing. But I'll let him try it first.
Right.
And it doesn't seem to be hurting your feelings.
It's not hurting my feelings.
And then if I get the thumbs up from him, then I'll make it for other people. But the next time I make it, I've changed it to the way that I think it should be done.
Right. Which
okay. But in other words, you like to play around a little bit with the science and things of it to figure out different, either something's too flat or too fat, or even playing with some of those ingredients to kind of change the consistency and stuff.
Right.
And if it's going to enhance the flavor because you add more of one thing than the other, then I definitely do that.
Okay.
And if I want things to be a little more gooey, shall I say, I'll take out some of the flour that they say to add.
Oh, okay.
I think that just makes things a little sometimes too stiff.
Okay.
And but I've always kind of done that.
Yeah. Now, was that like your mom or grandmother, or you just kind of got into it, or a lot of times, I mean, my mom baked when I was young, and I kind of helped a little bit, but I never really took it to the next level.
To tell you the truth, it was my mother's sister, my aunt. She used to make everything from scratch. And, as soon as she left the kitchen to, get something, we all had to like dig in and make sure that, the dough was right.
That's the best part. That's the best part. Trying the raw dough is the best part.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I could eat just that. I know it's horrible for you, but you know what? I could eat just that.
But so, it's kind of started with her.
Yeah.
And then, I just kind of took it over. And then Victor's mother gave me a recipe for something that her cheesecake that I made for him for his birthday.
Okay.
And the family seems to like the way I do it better. And
hey, it's no slight, hey.
Right.
She learned. She
learned from the best.
She learned from the best, and she improved on it. That's all. I mean, I have.
I mean, that's and like it's like collecting a watch in a very small way. Is you start off with I bought a watch with the bracelet that came with it, and then you may want to change the bracelet and try something different or combinations. I mean, it's the love of experimenting with it and seeing what comes of it. I mean, is kind of the fun and the challenge of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I lost my train of thought.
Well, there are some things that I can't try because of some of the ingredients.
Okay.
So I have to trust other people.
Yeah, she's allergic to nuts and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know you remember, and Trap and Tamika remember as well because we sent you guys a bunch. But those Lindt cookies, the one with Linzer tarts, the one with the heart in the middle with the jam in it.
Right.
That has an almond. That's why I asked if anybody was allergic to nuts before we sent it out.
Okay.
So she can't taste any of that. So yeah, and hey, I'm more than happy.
Right.
To try. I'm more than happy to try.
But her processing of reacting to what it is would be different even than yours, because she's biting it and analyzing it from what she knows is in it, which you kind of have to be her taste buds to say maybe a little of this or less, things like that. So
This is true.
that is a challenge, but
Yeah, this is true.
You know, sometimes he has to try a couple, 2, 3, to get the full effect.
Yeah, I need a couple, sometimes 2 or 3, especially with a fresh cup of coffee.
Yeah. Well,
There ain't nothing better than a nice hot steaming cookie coming out of the oven. Even if it's good, I say, let me try one more.
Yeah, just in case.
Just to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, and look, and as far as the cheesecake's concerned, and hey, look, I know I can speak for me being a guy and all the other guys in here as well. I mean, one of our dreams is to have, if you have a mother who cooks like a storm, and my mom's old school Italian and cooks like a storm. What do we want, right? We hope our wives can recreate some of it. And I tell you what, man, my Janet here has hit the nail on the head on a couple of things that she's tried to recreate. So I value it. I don't care if it's better. It's better. You know what?
Well, I
better
mean,
better for me.
I mean, if there was never any improvement, then where would be the creativity of being a chef or a baker and not being able to experiment with either a technique or an ingredient that no one else had put together. I mean, I'm not a great baker. I'm barely above not hurting anybody, but I mean, we love watching, like the Great British Bake Offs and things like that because it's fascinating from, I think, a cultural thing too, because one, their terminology is kind of funny. They call things different, but their flavor combinations that they do is something that I don't think you really see in the States as much, and it is very interesting to see how it all regionally from country to country and everything, how different things are anticipated versus others. So
this is true. This is true. So she's
Cliff's asking, you don't have any Popeyes, Janet?
No, Janet, it's for you.
No, I don't eat Popeyes.
No. Do you have any Popeye watches?
The watch.
What?
Do you have any Popeye watches?
No,
is that what he's saying? Popeye watches, right?
I'm assuming so. I mean,
I
didn't think we were going off into chicken land right this minute.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the restaurant. No Popeyes for you. Yeah, no Popeyes for us. We really don't have one close to us.
Yes, we do.
Do we?
Yeah.
Where? Well, no, I'm so kind of far away.
It's across the street from my job.
Well, yeah, she has one across the street from her job. I got one maybe 5-10 minutes from my job, but there's, where I live, there's really nothing. Everything's a car ride. I can't walk to anything. Mm-hmm. If I had a bike, possibly, but there's nowhere to really ride a bike. There's no, the roads are so narrow here, and everyone drives like a maniac up here.
Yeah.
Being in New York.
I mean, Atlanta is very similar. I mean, Atlanta was built without the advantage of having a subway system already pre-existing, and with so much of like the veins of granite going through it, it's very difficult. So Atlanta is very much a automobile related transportation, like everything. And it's funny, because we've lived here 20 plus years, but it's not how far distance, it's how far time. Right. It's all about time. Oh, yeah, the mall's about 20 minutes away. But that's because it's all based on, okay, if I'm going at this time of day, it's going to take me this long.
Yep.
Where, generally people say, oh, yeah, I live like 5 miles away. Okay, but that, depending on where you're at, that could be, 10 to 15 minutes. So instead of talking about distances, it's generally down to time. And it's funny because, it's very much a different sensation.
Right. But, I see Dickerson's got a question. It's tough for me to see it, but
is there a watch that you weren't too crazy about that the other pushed you to get that you absolutely love now?
I can't say for sure yes or no. I mean, because our motto is if it doesn't hit us right away when it comes on shop, or if we're at the Invicta store, we're not going to buy just to buy. I mean, maybe the beginning I was like that. I'm going to buy it, because we're all in that squirrel. We're all in that squirrel mode. Yeah. But no, I can't. I'm sure Dickerson there is, and I'll go through my collection, and if there is that one watch that I can remember, I'll definitely, DM you on that. But I can't, it might be like one that we say, what do you think? We get it. And then, we wind up saying, you know what, I really do like this watch.
Not too many go back once you see them, because
Not too many go back.
When you see them, like for example, the Lupa Revolution, the white one, he was kind of not turned on by it, so to speak,
because of the white.
Because it's all white and everything.
Right.
But once we got in our hands,
right,
it was like, wow, that's definitely a keeper.
Right. And I'm digging this Arctic she has on her wrist, the X-Wing Arctic.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really.
Yeah, and the blue, because I've got a couple Arctics myself, and the blue, it's not a Blue Label blue. It's like a steely blue, and that white, and then just that high polished silver.
Right.
Is really amazing.
Right. And I have it tonight, so
he might have to twin with me.
I don't know.
Christy has it too, so we'd be triplets.
That's right. She does have it.
Oh yeah, that one.
Now I will say, being with our him hers, what was our first him hers? Was it the meteorite?
What was this one?
Was it the Bolt with the meteorite?
No, our first him hers were.
Oh, the Zeus. Yeah.
The Zeus with the brown. Let me see if I turn this light off if it helps.
Is it chocolate brown?
Does that help?
A little bit. If you actually, believe it or not, if you cover your face, then the camera will try and focus on. Yeah, it's hard to do without seeing it, but it's picking up the reflection of your laptop, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right about there is probably going to be your best shot. Right up there. Right. Yeah, I can see the brown.
Right, the brown mother of pearl, the beautiful rose gold.
Yeah.
And then and then she got her version.
Right.
42 millimeter.
Yeah.
So this was our first.
Okay.
And then I believe our second is these, right? Yeah. Meteorites. Then were the meteorites.
Yeah.
Both, obviously mine's a 52. Hers is the smaller.
40, I think.
Is it 40? 40, I believe.
Close. Yeah.
I don't have calipers here. I would do it for you, but I'll leave that to the specs guy.
I don't have mine in front of me, or I do mine, but because Christy and I have the same one. In fact, that was the first one. It's funny because
179 when it dropped.
Yeah,
I'll never forget that.
We got the boxes, and we had two of the smaller ones.
Right.
And so then I had to send mine back and try and get another one, and then it was stock at the moment. It was just a lot of back and forth, but yeah, and I think that was one of the early meteorites. I know that was one of the early meteorites that we got into. I'm thinking
this was our first. And it's got a really neat. I mean, as you know, because you have it, the meteorite.
The pattern is amazing on that one.
Really stands out, and when they price dropped it to 179, and it's a Bolt, the Bolt, obviously, and then you got $20 off the second one. That became a no-brainer for us to do that together, and then that really started the couples hers pieces.
Mm-hmm.
This one's very special for us. We did the Jason Taylor Akulas.
Oh yeah,
the leather strap.
Prestige on the leather. Now is that an ombre leather?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, that when it gets close to the buckle, you can see the gradient change right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and sweet 80/40 end movement.
Yeah.
Which I'm really starting to love the 80/40 end movement because I love the snapback, retrograde day of the week. I love the sandblast, around the bezel.
Yeah. Now, is that the same size on both of those?
Same size on both.
Okay.
And I don't know what the limited number is. I'm blind as a bat, so I probably won't be able to see it. Mine's 23.
Oh, it's not bad.
Not bad. And what's yours? It's on the bottom of the JT.
I can't see it.
Let me see. And hers is 52. So.
Well, they're both the same size, so depending on who grabs which one first, right?
That's pretty much what it was. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. So we did that for our last anniversary that just passed back in August. So.
Okay.
That was a gift to us. But yeah, we got a whole bunch here, so we'll get to them.
Yeah,
So
no,
now, Bill,
absolutely. But
any other questions or?
so I'm looking through here. Who said meteorite's the best? Oh, so that was Vic was talking about the meteorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, 8040N, I will say I do like an 8040N. I have found, and you'll know when you see it, is the time will still work, but the snapback starts acting weird.
Oh, okay.
And that's
All right.
because of the snapback. It apparently it takes enough power to activate everything that if the date is off but the time looks like it's running, the battery's low enough that it can't handle all the functions, all the
Yeah.
complications. Because
I just hope. Yeah, I just hope it's not. A Z60 type battery system.
oh God, I'm trying to remember an 8040. I off the top of my head, I honestly can't remember. I don't think
Yeah.
it was that bad, but
It,
I may be speaking out of turn. It could be Z60 land. I just don't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, look, you
Just
taught me
because
that.
because it's Rhonda. Generally, Rhonda tries to stay within the same realms of how they do their their movements and everything. I mean, because their standard deviation times are pretty close to the same and all of that.
Yeah. Well, this is a relatively kind of new watch. I mean, it's less than a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's less than a year. So they say what? Jason always, Jason, listen to me now, Jason. Justin always says, what, 48 months for the 8040Ns if you don't really, chrono. And I really don't use my chrono at all. I might activate it once I put the watch on just so for a minute, just so that the gears don't stay stuck.
Right.
If I can get those gears moving.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't use them that much. But
yeah, I mean, it's amazing, because I know I've seen, and I mean, I'm sure anybody here, on TV, the biggest issue I have with most of the Bolt Zeus is the crown is screw down, but the function pushers aren't. And if you're not paying attention, you go to pick it up or whatever, or set it back in the case, and you hit that A button, it's sitting there just churning, and you don't know it. And I've seen batteries die because of it.
Happened to me. Its battery didn't die, but luckily I went in that same case that night. And I'm like, what the hell? What did I touch? It was on one of my. I don't have it here, but it was on one of my anatomic magnums. And I'm like, what's going on? What's moving? And I'm like, I'm cursing up a storm, which I won't do here. It ran 20 because it was a Monday. I put it on. I decided I'm not put this one back. I don't want this one today. And I did what you said, and the whole day and night,
just burning away.
It was turning away, and I'm like, F ... stars, and you can imagine. Yeah, you can imagine.
So Keemon and I were talking the other day, and it was a question about Z60s and whether or not the Swiss Z60 had plastic parts or whether it was just the FE made in Thailand. My understanding is that the plastic only exists in the FE models. Do you? And he's asking.
I would agree. I would say yes because all of mine are pretty much Swiss for the most part, and I only opened up one, so I got to figure if one's like that, they're all like that, and it was all metal and stuff like that.
I think I've got an FE around here somewhere. I probably should go find it to find out which one it is and actually open it up because now I'm kind of curious about it. And
I mean, everyone. I mean, I got a few Z60s here, and they all say Swiss movement, so I'd have to assume that yay me when it comes time for that time. But don't laugh. But
hey, after I'm telling you, after in about 6 months, as all of these start hitting you, in 6 months you're going to be so good at that you're just going to be sitting there just bouncing. Oh, Z60, okay.
I'm like, why can't it be as easy as this? No tab, no nothing. The battery's there. You put them. That's how they all should be like that. They all should be like that. It would be, it'd be a dream. But look, I didn't break the watch.
There you go.
I didn't lose anything. Well, I did
Nope.
3 times. I did 3 times, but I found it.
Well,
Luckily,
that's not losing it. That's just misplacing it for a short period of time.
Yeah, I mean, man. I was so lucky. 3 times is the charm, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I spoke to a good friend of mine, John, on the way to my parents. After I had found everything, I put everything in a little bag. I said, worst come to worst, I'll just bring it to a jeweler. All the pieces are there. Probably take them 2 minutes to bang, 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 battery in, $10, you can go. And then you told me some tricks, and I did that when I got home. And after losing it the 3rd time that night when I got home, it relatively went in smooth after that.
I mean, once you can get everything lined up, and that's the trick, is getting it all lined up, because you've got one hole that the screw goes in, but then you've got a hole that there's a pivot alignment pin.
Right.
Once you get those in, and you can hold the paddle so it's not moving around, generally everything calms down. It's if you happen to move your finger and it catches the edge of the screw and things go.
That's what happened. That's what happened the 3rd time.
Orbital.
But we were talking on the way down that day.
Yeah.
It's the back. The back one is the pivot. The front one is the screw.
Yeah.
So you don't have to open them up. The front one is the screw. And you're right. I said, you know what? Let me turn it around. I held it with my left index finger, and then with the screwdriver, I went. The screw got caught to the screwdriver, like on the shaft of the screwdriver. So I put it in that way. And then once I got it in the hole, I slowly moved it. I went to a screwdriver that wasn't magnet and screwed it in, and eureka. As you know, I sent it to you at 12:20 that night. I had movement. I had movement.
But I mean, through all of the angst and everything, that there is this sense of I conquered it, and it's not. It's one of these that it's not this great, mystical thing that is impossible to do. It just, a few tricks here and there, and just, being patient, and it'll go. I mean,
Yeah, hey, I'm a pro at it now. I mean, I just hope my Z60s last a little bit longer. The only thing I'm not going to do, there's no way, is this movement here. And we already spoke about that, me and you, and I'm even afraid for my jeweler to do it, because Steve from the Watch Corner was talking how his jeweler gave him a tough time. So, I could bring it to the Invicta store in Yonkers. I think she said it was $28. Yeah. $28. I think she said for 3 watches, which isn't bad at all. But I don't like the fact that you got to come back after 3 days. I don't want to leave my watches there for 3 days, which means they either send it out or they just do it there, and it's back. And the 3 days is the backlog for what they have to do. And it's not that it's far away from me. It really isn't. It's about 50-minute ride, which it sounds long, but it really isn't. It's all highway. Which I got some friends possibly coming up in June, and hopefully we'll definitely hit that store. Will be a must when all the Invicta. Look, if they're all open, it's probably going to be in a little Invicta tour, because we have one in Woodbury Commons, with a lot of good eateries up there. And it's a tiny Invicta store, but it's nice. And then obviously the kingdom is the Invicta store, Times Square. That's the ultimate Invicta store. So
welcome, Godfather. You're not late. You're just here when you get here.
Yeah. Godfather's on Godfather's time. You know what I mean? He's on that laid back. He's probably barbecuing.
Do you pull crowns to save battery?
Kimon, I do not pull any crowns to save batteries. I know there's pros and cons with that. I know some people do, some people don't. I don't want, because all of us in this room have well over 50 pieces, let's say. I don't want to say 100. We all have well over 50 pieces. And we don't go back to sometimes for a couple months. I mean, let's be honest, we just don't.
Yeah,
I don't want it sitting there not moving. I don't want the gears to get gunked up. I'd rather have it move, let it do its thing, Now that I know how to do a battery change, don't let it scare you. If you're patient, you got the right tools, which I do, thankfully. I do want to get that reserve toolkit, but not at that price.
Yeah.
I think it's a sweet toolkit that they have on shop.
Yeah, I agree. There's some really good
Yeah,
pieces in there.
yeah, and hopefully Invicta store maybe has it under accessories for like a hell of a lot less, and I'll definitely grab it then.
Hmm.
But if you know what, if you have the tools, you take your time. You know, look, I'm the most impatient person in the world when it comes to stuff like that because one, I can't see. I mean, I just can't see, and even with
I mean, yeah, that makes it, that just makes everything that much more difficult because you're struggling to. It's hard enough that everything is as small as it is, and then you're
right,
struggling to see what you're doing. Yeah, that can
right,
frustrate you.
right.
So
So
Smitten's asking if Janet still wears the smaller watches as much.
Actually, I don't. Um, and I feel bad sometimes for that, but I like the bigger watches and they seem to be my go-tos.
Yeah.
I also try to match my outfits to my watches, and somehow
girl move.
the bigger watches just go better. They make a bolder statement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Um,
yeah. Chrissy's the same way. She doesn't wear nearly. It's funny because she pulled out some of her like pre-Invicta and a couple of Movados and things that I gotten her, and I mean, it's like I think that one watch it's like on a bracelet. I say it cannot it's no bigger than the secondary on your Magnum. That's how small it is,
wow.
oof.
and it's just
Wow.
like but at the time you think about it, it's like that was normal and
Yeah,
standard for a non-Invicta watch, and now it's like I mean I look at some of mine. I mean I've got some Fossil and Citizen and
right,
things like that, and I mean they're probably 36, 38, somewhere in there,
right.
and at the time I thought they were more than normal because it was what it's like I say, until you actually see it. And I do remember back in the day when I think it was Diesel or somebody or even Fossil started coming out with slightly bigger sizes of things, and but it was like for the most part, I mean that's just the sizes they were.
Grab that.
So just
It's on my pocket,
interesting.
closest to
Be-
the wall. You'll see it. I'm
So
just having.
Kemon's saying that he does the same thing. He does not pull crowns either.
Yeah, and look, it's to each his own. I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's your watch. She's just gonna grab one because I do have other watches that aren't Invicta, but they're strictly when we go to Disney again. Disney, when we go there, if they have a commemorative watch,
Mhm.
I will grab it to signify the trip that we
Right.
were on, right? And the fact that it's a commemorative watch. So she went upstairs to grab, see if she could find it.
Hmm.
But I mean, look, to each your own, man. You pull crowns. Who am I? Who am I to tell you don't pull crowns?
Right.
Who am I to tell you that?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, I've gone back and forth, and I've looked at some, and I was like, maybe I should, but then it's like part of me is like, if you pull the crown and it lasts longer, and depending on the watch, like I mean, I know with some of mine, I guarantee there's watches I haven't worn in a year, and
right?
then
No, me
you
too.
push the crown back in and wait to find out did the battery just die anyways, you know, and
Yeah,
it
because I
died
don't.
before I even wore it again. So it's
No,
kind of and yeah, I
let
I'm
it.
kind of in your camp, in the sense of keeping mechanical things moving is generally
Right.
the the best method in my opinion, which is why with like automatics and manuals is if you don't have watch winders is to at least once a month,
Yeah,
once every
that's what I
two
do.
months is you stand there and you spin them all because it's like a
You
car
spin them.
engine or anything else. It doesn't like to sit still.
No, I just rather than spinning and kill your finger, because this is what I wore yesterday. I tell you what, I forgot that it was limited edition, the C-base blue label, which Janet has hers as well, which she'll show you in a sec.
Hmm.
But I just there you go.
Yeah.
I just go like this. I just go like that few times because I used to go like that. My finger to be all red and sore, and
like right through there. Yep.
I wasn't about to do that. But this is one of my commemorative
Oh wow.
Mickey Mouses here. Comes in a sweet box.
Now, do you know who made it? Like who was manufactured by it, or does it say?
Yeah, maybe Walt Disney World. It doesn't really say, and I don't want to. I can't. It's never been open.
No. Yeah, I'm just curious if it said so.
Mickey through the years, limited release timepiece, Walt Disney World, nothing on the back, and then the dial has obviously him in two forms, and then 12 o'clock is Magic Kingdom, the 3 o'clock is Epcot, the 6 o'clock is Hollywood Studios, and the 9 is Animal Kingdom. So
okay,
I got that, and this one I have worn.
Okay.
Yeah, I've worn this. It's tough to see the dial, but
that's a nice. I mean, that's a what is it? Probably about a 38, maybe.
Yeah.
That one's a 38. You know, at the time they were great. I'm like, okay, that now look at how beat up. Look at this strap. I wore this every single day.
Yeah.
It's a Safari Mickey I got at Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Disney timepiece. This was my work watch. I mean, just how gross that looks. I mean, I'm even ashamed to show it, but I got to show it because the dial is pretty sweet. I mean,
yeah, that is pretty good.
It's got Mickey in his Safari thing. So these are my pieces I bought. These all were bought down there.
Mm-hmm.
So those were all non.
Speaking of Disney, have you ever done the California side?
Never.
Really?
We are looking into doing that. We are going soon. I don't want to say when yet, but we are going very soon down there. We just got our first vaccinations on Thursday last week.
Okay.
We did the Moderna. Well, we didn't have a choice. I mean, our company had set it up for us over at the Westchester Medical Center, and we weren't. To be honest, we were going to wait. We weren't going to get it to begin to start. Mm-hmm. And then so many people at her job just keep coming down with COVID. And every time someone at our job gets positive, what happens to us? We got to go get tested. They want everyone tested immediately. So luckily, knock on wood, each time we've tested negative. I was lucky this last time around because my counter person who works relatively 4 or 5 feet away from me came down with it. And I'm with this person, obviously, all day long. We work in a parts department. Mm-hmm. And in the morning, when it's just me and her, I'm not wearing my mask when it's just me and her.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you're just, because you're just
trying to get stuff done. Yeah, man. In the automotive industry, my busiest time of the day is 7 to 9. That's my absolute busiest. The whole day's busy, but that's my busiest because there's so many things. The order's there. You got to get it checked in. You got to put it away. You got to receipt it. You got to get the wholesale invoices out. You got to get your driver, set him in on his path or which way he's got to go for the morning.
Yeah, because you got all your deliveries that you want to get out to the people that need the parts so that they can work. Yeah. Right.
So they can do what they got to do because you don't want to upset that because I get it. They might have a car in their lift for a day that they're waiting on me to get them their part. So, then I got to, so it's the busy part of my day. So the mask just is not. I'm just, but luckily, again, we got the first shot. We got a second one May 6th.
Okay.
Hopefully, nothing happened with the first.
Have you heard back from her? How's she doing? Your counter person?
Oh yeah, she's been back. She's been back since.
Oh, okay.
Since Tuesday, I think.
Okay.
She's back since Tuesday. She never really got hit hard with it. Her boyfriend / husband, they're not really married. Father of her daughter, he got it really bad. Her baby got it. She's a year old, and they don't know any better. She a couple cough, but she lived. She did her normal baby things and didn't let it really stop her. So, she said she really didn't get it that bad. The one thing that she said that she still hasn't got back yet is the taste and the smell, which would absolutely kill me.
Yeah. I've heard that from a couple people that vendors I've worked with who've gotten it, and they were like, it's been a month and they're still waiting for the taste to come back and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
I
crazy.
mean, I couldn't imagine. So we go for our second May 6th, and hopefully, if anything happens, people are paranoid. Oh, yeah, it doesn't happen to everybody.
Right.
Everyone is different. I may come out of it feeling sick. She may come out of it flying colors. It's everyone's reacts different. So,
well, yeah,
we got the day off after it just in case. And
right.
if anything, yeah, you do Friday.
The day off.
Oh, you have the day off. Oh, I got the day after. So, if anything happens, something happens. If it does, it's 24 hours. You deal with it, and
yeah,
you're safer. You're safer for it when it passes. So.
So Chrissy, is we know Janet's in the auto industry too, but in a whole different capacity.
Yeah, go ahead, Janet.
Right. I work up in the office. I'm the one who gets everybody's cars billed out, registered, gets people on their road, and it's totally different than what Victor does, because it is nonstop. I work at a 5-car store, so you have 5 different dealerships coming at you with all of their deals and all their problems, and it's pretty hairy. It's pretty hairy.
Yeah, she has it pretty rough. Rough.
Now, when you say 5-car, you mean 5 different manufacturers like Chevy, Ford, that kind of thing?
It's Volvo, Subaru, Lincoln, Alfa, and Maserati.
Okay. Now, do they all have their own paperwork system too?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I feel bad. I'm trying to rectify that with some lateral move in the company. So if that works out, I think she's going to be in a much better position. But the auto industry, I mean, I kind of owe everything we have to it because I found her in the automotive business.
There you go.
He actually trained me for my first job.
I actually trained her. Back then,
He wasn't my manager.
No.
Okay. All right. So we don't have any discriminations or anything going on.
No. I'm not even her manager now. So after 30 years, but back then I was all sports. Sports. If you think I'm nuts with the Rangers now, back then it was all Giants and Rangers. That's all I had. That's all I had. That and work.
Yeah.
And I'm teased here. She's gonna love hearing this. It was a Monday night football game. Actually, that year the Giants won their first Super Bowl, beating Denver. So they opened up against Dallas and they lost 31-28. And I didn't want to go to work that next day. I would call out sick. I literally would call out sick.
Wow.
That's how bad I was into sports back then. And I pull in. The service manager goes, "Listen, you got to train the service girl, for an hour if you can." I'm like, "Man, you're lucky I even came in today. I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want to deal with this nonsense today." He goes, "Please, just do me the favor till 9 o'clock." I'm like, "Fine, let me park my car and get situated." And this is no joke. I go in, I turn the corner, I open the door, I see her like leaning up against the counter area where the service cashier was. All the old folks that are in this chat, if you remember the Brady Bunch where Bobby Brady kissed the girl and he saw fireworks in the sky, that's what I saw when I opened the door with her. Family, I'm telling you, I knew then I was marrying her.
Yeah.
I knew then I was marrying her. And I asked her out. Not once. She said no. Not twice. She said no. Third time wasn't even a charm. She said no. Fourth time was a charm for me.
No, it wasn't. It was 6 weeks.
Oh, 6 weeks. 6 weeks was the charm for me. I wasn't giving up. I was bound
and determined.
I was head over heels in love with her. Just from opening the door and seeing her there. Now, she was dressed kind of nice. Some things might have been showing that maybe that shouldn't be seen, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. And, I was in love. And I said to her, "Listen, I got an extra ticket to the Ranger game," which I didn't have tickets at the time. I said, my brother can't go. Do you please want to go to the game with me? What's that? What happened? Am I wrong?
You are so
you guys, go ahead. My memory. I'm old.
Already, buddy. You lost it. 6
Yeah.
weeks and it all went to pot, man.
It all went to pot. But anyway, go ahead. You could go ahead. You can say it.
The whole story?
No, you can tell the whole story if you want.
Well, I figured, did they know that Janet's not there?
No, not yet.
Okay, well,
we'll talk
I
about
was
that
just
later.
going through a really difficult time, and it wasn't a good time for me. So that's why I kept saying no, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of,
You can say
we
it.
had a little bit of a story this particular weekend, and I told him I was doing something that I really didn't feel like doing, and he comes into work. I told him I was supposed to be meeting this guy after 6 weeks.
You believe that?
After 6
Chat, you believe what you did to me?
6 weeks, this poor guy's asking me out.
6 weeks.
And he's like, what are you doing this weekend? And I told him what I was supposed to be doing, meeting this guy and what have you. And he was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, what are you doing? Nah, not much. So Monday he comes in and he tells me that he's checking this girl out at the bar. And I was like, well, I guess I was right. He's no different than anyone else.
Hey, I had to keep the doors open. I just couldn't keep it one door, the path to one door.
Hold on one second.
This wasn't let's make a deal.
So I called my girlfriend and I said, I told you he was no different. She's like, the guy's been asking you out for 6 weeks. What do you expect?
Pretty much.
But the best part about it is that he tells me what happened at his supposed weekend out. And he says, so how did your dinner go with that guy? I said, no, I didn't feel like going, so I didn't go. His face dropped to the floor like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Thought I ruined it.
A couple of days later, he says, we start talking about something. And I told my girlfriend, I said, if he asks me out after I tell him this, I'll go out with him. So we had this little discussion, and he says, so what are you doing the Saturday after Thanksgiving? And I said, I don't know, why? And he's like, do you want to go to Ranger game? I'm like, okay. So there you have it. That's how it really started.
And another reason why I love that team, by the way, not to mention the bond I have with my dad with it, but that's another story.
I mean, that's that's it right there,
I mean, that's in a nutshell. And I figured, again, I wasn't the hippest with the ladies. I just wasn't. I was always afraid of rejection. I just couldn't have that communication where, some people are so smooth at it. It's just like, you're watching these TV shows and you're like, it's not that easy. I can't believe it's not that easy. They're making it sound like it's easy. And I said, you know what? She didn't know nothing about hockey. What a great, and then we went to it was a rivalry because we played the Islanders, the other New York team, in their building, not even the Garden, not even at the Islanders.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah.
In Nassau. And the ride was long enough where we could talk. And I figured, what better way to get communication going? I can talk to her about the game, talk about the rules, talk about, I gave her a Ranger jersey of mine to wear. And that was it. I mean, that blossomed into 30 years of love and joy with this woman.
Now, did you propose at a Ranger game on the big jumbotron?
No.
I was going to. That was going to be my plan, but I figured, you know what, she may not. That might be too cheesy for her, or, it did pay to do that, and it wasn't cheap.
Yeah,
it wasn't cheap for you to figure. Okay, they probably ask 100, 250. No, it was well over $1,000 to do that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was expensive. That was back then.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
Right. So no, old fashioned. I spoke to her parents to get their permission.
That was funny. I have to tell you the truth.
I was in that living room with them, sweating my ass off for like a half hour before anything came out of my mouth. And finally, her mother said, "Vic, you need to talk to us?" I'm like, "Yeah, I really do." And I got their blessing, and we went out to eat that night.
No, we didn't.
Wasn't it that night?
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry.
He's all over the place.
I'm all over the place. But anyway, we went to one of our favorite restaurants at the time, and
it wasn't Burger Barn?
No, it wasn't Burger Barn at the time. It was some Italian restaurant, Pastore's in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Okay.
We went there once or twice before that, and we really enjoyed it. You got to dress up. We kind of, one of those dressy up deals. We like that at that. We're not so much dressy up now. Now with T-shirt and sweats, we're going out. That happens after 30 years, folks. Don't laugh. And and we're at the bar waiting, and I go to my pocket. Bartender knew what I was going to do, and I'm like, he goes, buddy, you got to get that on your knee. I'm like, really? Here? He goes, buddy, you got to get that on your knee. I got that on my knee. Luckily enough, she said yes, and here we are. That's how we met. We met, so the auto industry obviously gave us our home. It gave us. It gave us all these beautiful timepieces, which we can go back to if you
and a bunch of gray hair.
And a bunch of gray hair on his head.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's. I mean, it's one of those love-hate relationships. You love what it's done for you, but you hate what it's done to you at times too.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Just responding to Christy's story. So again, I apologize if I'm missing chat. I know Hemdall's in here and Nightwing and everybody.
Heimdall.
Yeah.
Oh, and he left the Gators behind. He didn't bring them.
Yeah. That's cool. But that's then we just fell, had our life and her daughter, and we just got 3 grandkids, and here we are, by ourselves in this 3-level townhouse that we're living in, and it wasn't always peaceful in here. It's still not always peaceful to this day, but my thing is, look, my parents, God bless them. How long have they married? 66 or 67 years, I think. My parents.
Okay.
They argue every day, and now that they're 88 and 86, right? 87 and 86. I'm sorry.
87. 88.
All right, whatever they are, they're up there.
Yeah.
Everything bothers them. Oh my God, everything bothers them. But you know what? At the end of the day, there isn't a stronger love than my parents have for each other. I think it's healthy to argue. I think it's healthy to have an argument or disagreement. It's not all peaches and cream. It is what you make of it, and it's how you come out at the end of it. Than how it started. And it's always something stupid. I mean, I love married folk in here. It's always something stupid that causes the argument or fight, and then you realize, what were we arguing about? That was so, But anyway, back to.
I thought your favorite color was blue.
For me?
No, I'd say it's something silly like I thought your favorite color was blue, or
Yeah, pretty much. Which, by the way, I do love the blue. The blue thing there on that. We do have more coming. We ordered some blue ones too, right?
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we did some blue ones too, but so that's it. And then, no problem. And then we just fell in love with the watches, and we can start going through our him her pieces. But if you have any other questions,
I mean, let's start going through some. I mean, because we've seen some of them, but I know you've got some pretty good ones in there. I saw your pictures you sent earlier. So
we do. Now, this came from Santa Claus. Yeah, you heard that right. I set it up really nice. I put the presents out Christmas Eve morning, right? Well, the night before, and then Christmas Eve came. She was at work, and I said, "We got a problem." She goes, "Well," I said, somebody was in this house." She goes, "What are you talking about? Somebody came into our house?" I said, "Go look under the tree." And I had everything set up nicely with these DNAs, graffitis.
Oh yeah.
That I said they were from Santa Claus. Yeah, so it worked out well. These are, I tell you what, very surprised with the DNA. Hers is I made her take the choice. Because it was really for her. So I made her choose. Let me see. She's got some really neat graffiti on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's got some really good details.
Yeah, really, really nice. And if this ever comes back up, I highly recommend it, man. It's a sweet, sweet timepiece. It really is. And I know you have your DNA Punisher now.
Mm-hmm.
I really dig it. And then our newest hers, we went and got the
burrito.
The burritos. Really, really cool. Hey, Janet.
In the Pro Diver, yeah.
In the Pro Diver, in the blue, yeah.
So again, asking, have you guys collected anything other than watches? Before all this, or even
snow globes, the
Disney snow globes, which when we first got married, we stayed at my parents' house. My father built these shelves for our room, and we put every snow globe on the wall on the shelf, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So each three sides of the wall, obviously one side we couldn't do nothing with, but the three sides in front of the bed, on side of the bed, and above us, we had all snow globes there. And we also collected, which we still have, 3D Disney relief plates.
Okay.
They came in sets of four. Really neat. Where it's a plate and the artwork is 3D coming off the plate,
Okay. Okay.
and a scene from whatever Disney movie that was from. They came out
Right.
with four
Okay.
instead of four, so we did that night. Yeah, so it was really anything Disney we pretty much collected. We were in
Right.
that. We were in, again, we love it,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually we used to go every year with our daughter. She turned 13, and that was the final year we went together, us three. It was a night. It was a nightmare going with her the last year. We weren't hip anymore. I don't know if we were hip to begin with, but we weren't hip
Right.
anymore. She would be walking in front of us, not talking to us, talking to strangers. I'm like, we were at the Epcot getting ready for the fireworks. They always ended the night with fireworks,
Right.
pre-pandemic, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were standing there, perfect spot. She goes, "Can I move over there?" I'm like, "Yeah, just stay in eyesight and don't move because they turn the lights down. Don't
Yeah.
move from there because it's kind of, I won't move, I promise." And we would look at her talking to other people. I'm like, "What the hell's going on? She can't talk to us. She got to talk to other people." So that was the last year we went. We took about 7 years off. We went back in 2007 for the first time, me and you.
Yeah.
We went back
Yeah.
2007 for the first time, me and her. And you want to talk about an absolute rebirth of a
Mhm.
vacation spot? We absolutely loved it. We went back 2 or 3 times a year. We went,
Yeah.
we went and did things that was always a problem when we had Janet with us. Not this Janet, daughter Janet.
Right.
Everything was about rides, 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 rides. And I get it. It's part
Yeah.
of it. But there's other things involved that it's not all about the rides. And we actually enjoy it. And it's not a slight. Don't kill us for it. We actually enjoy it on our own rather than when we went with, when we went
Well,
with
I mean,
our
and
daughter.
obviously, I mean, it's a completely different experience. I mean,
Completely different.
I
Completely
mean,
different.
now have you guys done the Sea World or any of that piece of it or?
Oh yeah. We did our family. We did the whole family thing. We would go 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, we would go 2 weeks, and it was. Look, don't get me wrong. It was great. It's memories that I'll never forget.
Oh yeah.
I hope my daughter never forgets them. Um, you know, but she's doing her own thing now. But
Right.
and this is what we do. But yeah, we did the whole gamut back then. We would go. We would buy 2 day. We would buy 2 day passes for SeaWorld, so we can always go back to. We can go back the second day. We would do like half the park,
Mhm.
leave, go back to the hotel. It's always hot, so
Oh
we're
yeah.
go in the pool, get refreshed, go back to the resort, take a shower, get ready for dinner, call it a night. And then Universal Studios, same thing. We would do 2 day passes and do the same thing. We kind of break it up you got to pre-plan. If you don't go down to pre-plan, you're dead. And
Mhm.
I would have it outlined. She could tell you on notepad paper what day we were doing what, where we were going, where we were eating. I mean, completely planned out the entire 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that
So
was our thing.
my producer over here is being funny. She's
Yeah.
like, don't take me to Epcot because you'll never get through the countries. Because I want to, I end up, I don't know how this happens, but I end up that people want to talk to me.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm just innocently walking through the gift shop or whatever, and they just start talking to me. It's just,
Hey,
I don't know what it is.
it's whatever you're doing. It's that Invicta watch you're wearing, starting that conversation.
I'm
But on
telling you.
Epcot, you know what? We didn't like Epcot when we went with our daughter because she just made it so difficult for us to enjoy it.
There
We
wasn't enough rides for her.
Right.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it now.
Yeah,
We love it.
So we did it with our daughter, but she was, what was she? She was 4 or 5, but she was never really big into the rides. So she liked going and seeing all the stuff. So
Okay.
it was kind of different from us, but
Right. But that's our thing. But you know, it is what it is. What else you
oh
want to
yeah,
show?
she loved It's a Small World. Like yeah, she
Oh
Oh,
absolutely loved that
God, that
movie.
ride. I mean, you do it because you're there. You know, when you're in Disney, you do whatever ride is there. You do it just because you're there. Oh, to
Yeah,
hear that song for 10, 20 minutes, and then if you get stuck, because
yeah,
you tend to get stuck sometimes.
yes,
And these dolls keep. And I'm like, oh my God, get me out of this
yeah.
ride.
And then you start really looking at them, and like some of them aren't quite in the best shape, and there's like an eye missing or something's
Uh,
just a little bit off, and then it gets into like the creepy dollhouse look, and you're like,
oh, are
I
they
can
looking at
really
me?
get out of here.
Is it winking at me? Did it just wave at me? You start playing tricks in your mind, you know? Yeah, it's freaky, but again, we can't wait for that trip to come. But what else? What do you want to show?
Yeah.
You show something, Janet. You go ahead.
Are we looking at couples pieces? Or
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I got
So
Magnum shit. But
so
they know about
Nightwing
my
was asking if you guys have been to Disney California, but you guys said you haven't yet, but you
We
are
have it.
planning on it.
We have it.
it's on the
That
bucket list?
it's on our bucket list. The Disney Olani Resort in Honolulu, is it? It's in Hawaii. I forget where.
Mhm.
Koalina, Kauai, maybe. That's on our bucket again because we're vacation club members. So the resort, I use my points for vacation club. I don't have to pay out of pocket for that. I mean, yeah, the
Okay.
trip, the plane ride, and once you're there, but the actual stay is used by points. So,
Mhm.
which is a huge,
Yeah.
huge help to
Yeah.
going away.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Disney cruises and resorts are not carnival prices.
No,
No.
it's expensive. And
But
if we didn't have
there's
vacation,
something to be said for what you get for what you pay for too. So I mean,
right,
it's a there's two sides to all of that. But yeah,
exactly. But and then we'll try to match up when we go away. We'll try to, what are you bringing? What are you bringing?
hmm
What else you want to?
I match our outfits too, so
Yeah,
yeah.
we do try to match outfits. But what do you want to show? What else you want to show?
you got matching like silk jogger suits that you wear when you're down there.
We got, believe it or not, we have matching shirts that we wear. She, honest to God, you laugh. We have
No,
matching shirts. Go ahead, go
I'm
get the
just
picture.
remembering Epcot and some of the Floridians that are down there, and like they're in like you know the matching like full on like 80s jogging suit, jacket, like every shoes, everything. A shirt, that's okay. A shirt's not bad. That's just a shirt. So that's acceptable. But
We get clothes.
when
We get
you're all down like matching jogging shoes,
No, we don't get that.
no,
every
we don't go that far. This is in front of Magic Kingdom matching shirts. I mean, we try to
yeah,
go same color shorts, but obviously, she's not going to wear guy shorts. You know what I mean?
right, yeah,
So,
exactly.
so yeah, we do tend to match up, and we match up our watches, which is a good segue into
Oh
that.
yeah,
What do you want? What else you want to show? You start.
Well, what do you have? You
All
got your
right.
blue X
Yeah, yeah. We have bang.
Yeah, cover them on.
Well, I'll bring it up. Blue label.
I mean it's Blue Label. I mean
Yeah, yeah. Blue label X-wing. We got those that we match. We love X-wing.
Yeah.
Now,
Um,
question: are those the same Blue
same
Labels?
same movement.
Okay, it is. It is.
Uh,
So you got two of them at the same time. Do they both have the 53 in it?
yeah, it's not the reserve Z60, and I was thinking
Okay.
about maybe getting that, and but if I wore to watch every day, every other day, all right, I might, but because the watch doesn't get that much wrist time, and when it does, you know what I
Right.
mean? It's hard to explain, but
No. And I mean,
um,
realistically, I mean, there's really no real discernible difference if you're just kind of looking at it. I was just curious
yeah,
if you had gotten them at the same time or
yeah.
not,
Oh
because
no, I got mine, and then she got hers through Invicta store.
No, you got yours at the Invicta store. I got mine from shop.
I got mine at the Invicta store down in. This was a Times Square purchase for me,
okay,
and then she got hers through shop a week or two later, maybe. She got hers relatively short after, and then
okay, but within the same time frame, right?
one time frame, yeah. And
Yeah.
then we picked up on these the
Right.
black mother of pearl X wings with the dark blue.
Yeah.
case really.
Yeah, the black mother of pearl with the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame the camera doesn't
Yeah,
pick up.
it's tough to get.
We got these. This way, I know people think Magnum. Only a third of my collection is Magnum. Believe it or not. I mean, I got over 190 pieces now.
Right.
And only 30 something of them are Magnum. So Zeus and X-Wing, those are my next big. These are great. The rose gold with the brown mother of pearl.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean,
you don't see brown mother of pearl very often either. That's the kicker is some of these watches that you can get some of the mother of pearls that just aren't very common is interesting. That's for sure.
Sure. Now this isn't matchy, but she has one that I think Christy has this as well, and maybe in a different color.
This is
the Triumph.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that brown mother of pearl.
Same color.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then our latest X-Wings were the Combat with the 8040N.
Yeah.
Really sweet. I got this for under 170.
Wow. That's a good price.
Yeah, I had a
40X.
Yeah, they had a coupon. I think I had some credit coming my way.
Okay.
I got magnums here. What else you want to show, Janet?
Well, I think.
Good. Show me your collection. They know my collection. Show me yours.
In honor of our
guest
host, I should show you. This is my favorite Venom blue label.
Blue label Venom.
With a bracelet that I did not size. Not
Gen
this one.
3.
This went to the jeweler. I was not going to attempt it. Not after the last fiasco. But she brought that out for you.
Hey, but the funny story on that one though, that's just the basic single link cotter pin. It's not the sophisticated one like your Captain America.
Was that New York?
Yeah, that's New York.
Sorry, that was New York. They did it.
Oh, okay. So they did it at the store.
Yeah, actually, be proud of me. She got the skull American flag Venom.
Yeah.
Right here. She got this the other day.
Yeah.
And I sized this baby. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. I texted you like, you got a second to go on video so I could show you. You never answered. I'm like, and I'm looking. I'm like, I think this is just straight cotter pin. And sure enough, I knocked it out and knocked it out.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
It's all right. It's okay. Hey, show.
This is another new piece, a new arrival.
She got the pink.
Oh yeah.
Look what she. I got the blue.
Black.
I got the blue. Look what she forgot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't there a piece of plastic hanging off there?
Look on live TV.
I thought that we were keeping them on in your
honor.
Look
what she got. Both sides have it.
Yeah.
And she wore this to work. She wore this out. Oh my goodness gracious!
I thought we were supposed to keep them on in his honor.
Only underneath.
Sorry.
Christy wants to see that one on. She wants to see what it looks like on you.
Oh, Christy, you could totally wear it.
You could totally rock it.
He tried to tell me no, but he was wrong.
I was wrong. Hey, look, you know what? If they're too big, I'm going to give her my opinion because I want it to look nice on her wrist. I don't want it to look weird or strange or all your plastics off. Oh, we still have an unboxing we can do.
Yeah, we still got an unboxing.
Now we'll go by quick. All right, Krista, here you come. Here you go.
Down a little bit. I should have put it on the other way.
It doesn't matter.
That's all right. She'll get the idea.
Let me see if I can move it up.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah, Chris, I don't think it's on the edge of being maybe a little.
It's not.
But it's not. It's just.
Is it about, what is it? Is it 48 or is it an actual 50?
It's a 50.
Oh, it is 50. a 50?
Yeah, it's a 50.
Okay.
But it's not so big, you know.
Yeah, no, I thought it was, but
I think it not being so thick makes it a little bit easier, and the strap on it makes it not so heavy too.
Correct.
Awesome.
Right, then obviously we have to have. She didn't bring the right one down, but that's okay.
This is mine.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is yours. It is hers. I apologize. We did the second round of anatomic magnums where she got the white because she wanted the. Actually, the purple came with this one, and the green came with this one. So I took the green, she took the purple. But if I want the purple, it's nothing that I can't borrow. But we got, we have to have matching magnums.
The clear black is the one that I have.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And this is the one, John. $14.97 out of 1,500.
Oh man, yeah.
Kills me when I see that. And then you guys saw the
What
Herc.
number is Janet's?
What number is yours? And then we also have. Let's see.
The blind leading the blind over here.
No, these are pretty easy on the.
Yeah, they're not too bad to read.
This is 934.
That's not bad.
Right, and then we have. She got me this for a pre-early gift, birthday present.
Right, her all silver, platinum, mother of pearl.
Right, with the interchangeable straps.
Okay, so that one is with the interchangeables. Yeah, I love that system that they ported over from the Sand 4. It's so easy to use.
So easy. And then
so is that your first Herc?
My first Herc. You know what? You know my thought, John, on it. I'm a bolt guy. I'm going to say 75% of my collection are dominated by bolts of some form.
Right.
And when I saw this first come out, I really liked it, but I was on the fence something about it just wasn't hitting me where I said I had to have it.
Yeah.
And then we went.
I was the same way when they first came out, and I remember because Trap came and Tamika and all them came down, and we were at the Lennox doing the show and everything, and they had the earliest versions of it, and I was just like, there's just something about it, and I don't know if it was the chain in combination with the laurel on the 9 o'clock side or something. It kind of threw me. It took me a while, and then this last time we went down to Perimeter, they had one, and it was it Silver Rose? Yeah. So I had Silver Rose with the interchangeable, and seeing it in person, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm jumping on that one. But yeah, I know what you're saying with that. It's so something unique that sometimes it's kind of like you just kind of have to stand back for a second and then look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's her version. But yeah, now that I got them, we have two, and obviously we showed it earlier to start. The Blue Label one is just, if you don't have this yet, John, I strongly, next time it comes on, I would, you're a Blue Label guy. I would definitely try to grab that.
I've been looking at that. The one that I've been having my eye on, Blue Label, is that Sand 4.
Yes.
But to me, I think they want a bit too much for it still, for just being just a standard 4. But that's just me. Because I think it's still in like the mid 6 or something like that. Like it's impressively priced, but
yeah, no, it is. And what else you got?
Oh, the Diamond and Ice. It shipped, Godfather, but it hasn't got here yet. But I did get shipping notice.
This one. Now, this is one of her latest ones, which she kind of really likes on her own.
Yes, the Excalibur.
Yes.
That is hot.
I love the scroll work on those, because I think don't you have one too?
Isn't that the one you had to send him?
I got the scroll work. No, I didn't send the Excalibur one. I got the scroll work one.
Right. It's like gunmetal gold or something like that.
Yeah. No, mine's all blue.
No, this is all blue.
Oh, yours is all blue. Okay, because I've got one in the same scroll, and I think mine's in that gunmetal gold, and yeah, those are nice.
Just in case Christy wants to see, she could totally wear it. It looks great. No problem.
Yeah, that looks good.
It's not bad. It really isn't. It really isn't bad. And like I said, we got a bunch. We did these.
So that Diamond and Ice is pin and collar. That's all right.
Oh, that's not for me. Unless it's the regular pin and collar. I don't have any problems with the regular ones. It's just the ones I can't do when they're on the side.
Where they're 5-link individual. Yeah, that collar's really small.
Right, and then we did kind of sort of matching. We got, I think they had these for $59.99 or $69.
Something like that, yeah.
So I did the blue black, and she's grabbing them. I mean the blue is, I mean, that's hot. I mean,
yeah.
And she did yellow.
Oh wow, yeah, the yellow and then the pink, yeah, those are cool. I mean, I will say, wearing them can get a bit much because of that big canteen crown protector.
You know what I do?
If it's not a lefty.
Right. Do you know what I do when I wear this? Like, especially to work, we have these round Band-Aids that fit perfectly underneath, and I put the round Band-Aid underneath, so this crown is hitting the
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it helps out a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't wear my.
I've tried this if it's been one of the big Russian divers with the canteen. I try and hold off for a lefty
Right.
just because of the size of those canteens are.
Right. And then we also have
They
now
can be a bit much.
right now I just sent you the grand version of this for your birthday. This is the one. These were the Pro Diver editions of
Yes.
the Diamond Accent
Yeah.
with Mother Pearl. We did those too. I mean, sometimes you know what, you just can't beat the price. But I love Platinum Mother of Pearl is going to get me 9 out of 10 times.
Yes.
It just is.
Sort of like this beautiful piece right here that someone's very special sent.
Yes. This was a birthday gift from John and Christy to Janet.
Yeah. The excursions with the leather, I really love the look that gives.
Right. Now I'm excited. I mean, come on. It wouldn't be a show without me popping out.
The Legardo.
Yeah. Now they're coming out with puppy editions of these things.
Oh, cool.
In Legardo?
In Legardo, where the strap is a different color, the dial itself is a different color, and the 3 sub dials are different color.
Okay.
I absolutely love this watch. I know, Vic, it's a Magnum. No, I mean, I literally, the complete change of it, the first time ever for the numerals on the dial.
The comfort of that Legardo.
The comfort. She got me. Again, everyone knows the story.
Have you worn any of the Legardos when it's really hot outside yet?
I wore my navy the other day when it was hot.
She wore her navy the other day when it was hot.
Okay.
It was no problem at all.
Right.
Okay.
And then I got the black. Again, the black one. I got this one in Invicta stores. Can anybody guess a price in the chat?
I'm gonna say 129.
Close. A little higher.
A little higher. All right. We'll go
You're close.
49.
You're close.
That.
Yeah, 149. 149. And you know, I got my graffitis here. Again, I don't need to pull everything out. This is one of my better diamond ones because it's the clear white mother of pearl with the silver, where you can see the diamonds really well on the bezel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one's really neat. But maybe we should get to an unboxing here. What do you want to show something?
No.
Maybe we should get to an unboxing. What do you think?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what this is. This came in today. Honest to God, I do not know what this is. I know it's a 4-pound box. I'm gonna let her go at it because it had her name on it. Just don't cut me with it, and I'll help her out because she's got. All right. Well, there's 2 in here, as you can see.
Okay.
I'll help her out. They feel heavy. All right. I'll let her do the honors. Or is it something we need to do together?
No, that's not for you.
Oh, it's not for me anyway. Let's see what she did. Who's not buying, by the way? Who's on her tablet on the couch next to me? What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm watching dresses.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Watching
Okay, so.
What is it? I want to see what it is too. Well, are they gonna get first
look? Let
look?
them see first.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. And it's in the box all.
Oh boy, she got the
yeah.
Diamonds on ice.
The diamonds and ice and the blue, yeah.
Did Christy get it too?
Yeah, but it hasn't got here.
It hasn't got here yet.
I think it's so funny that it happened to show up today.
I'm just trying to see if it's straight cotter pin or not. It looks like it is. I'll be able to do it.
No, Jawfinder says pin and collar.
Pin and collar, bro.
It's pin and collar?
I mean, I gotta go to the jewelry
Is it
store.
It's the
pin
big
and collar?
It'll be the big collar because it looks like it's a 3-link.
All right, if it's the big collar in the middle, that's no problem. If it's the one that's on the side, which I don't think it is, it looks too.
Those usually only come in the hybrids because you got 5 independent links, but that's
right.
a 3-link. So it should be the big long tube in the middle.
All right, then I could do it. Then it's not a problem. So
You got it.
all right, well, there's that one. I'll let her open up this other one, which she's not buying, by the way. Just saying. Just stressing that comment.
Yeah.
All I said was I was busy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Busy.
Godfather says the collar is in the middle, so you're
All right.
good.
Awesome, Godfather. Thank you, sir.
Okay, well I wouldn't. Let me fix this because
All
it's
right.
all.
Well, just take it out.
Yeah.
They know what it is by now.
I'm sure they do. Okay, here we go.
All right, here's the other one. Let her show it.
So you got the green as well.
Oh,
No,
so you
no,
got the
no,
pin.
no.
Okay. Wow.
We didn't get the green. You got the green. You got the blue. Vic ain't got nothing here.
I didn't want the.
Vic's got the same old boring watches he's had for the last couple of weeks on his table, and
I'm telling you.
I'm not even going to show any more magnums. I'm so depressed.
So Jesus is asking, is the SpongeBob Zeus easy to size? If memory serves me, it's just a cotter pin, right?
All magnums, every one of my magnums, and I'll pull out one of my newest graffitis. So Jesus, any one of the magnums have the straight cotter pin. You'll see the arrows here. Very simple. 2 taps, it comes out. Yeah, they're very easy. I have not had one magnum yet where it's been a pin and collar. But again, if it's the normal pin and collar,
I don't recall a magnum pin and collar personally.
no. Yeah, no. If it's normal magnum, they're normal. Not one. I've had, again, I got a lot of them, so there hasn't been one. There hasn't been one yet. So okay, well, that was our unboxing.
Says he has both as well.
Yeah, I saw his picture there. They are nice, and I got a lot of work to do after we get back because I got to do a battery change.
Yeah, you got battery, you got sizing, you got work, man.
A battery on that. I got a sizing on these other 2. We'll see how it goes. The sizing might have to wait till tomorrow.
You better get some Twix cookies in you, give you some energy.
Oh, those are so good, man. And I'm sure they'll be coming down at some point, and maybe in the future, or what's that? What'd she say?
Oh, cookies. She wants to see one of the cookies.
She'll grab one. But what else here?
Well, I have to wait. We have to just mention that DC was kind enough to tell me about the coupon before I ordered those watches. Just so you know.
Yeah, make it easier.
Put it out there.
Yeah, make it easier, right? But
we have to help each other there. That's for sure.
Right, and then while she's doing that, I'll pull out my Grail of Grails, which everybody knows.
Yeah, that Torby is.
I mean, the tourbillon, the mother of pearl and his baby.
Yeah.
When this, and you were a part of the enabling process too, and it was $5.99, $6.99. Oh, don't let that go. Don't pass that up, and blah blah blah. And
yeah, because I knew if you did, you'd be kicking yourself forever on that one.
I would, and then on the last night of that event, when it went to $4.99, it was nothing stopping me at that point.
Yeah,
There was nothing stopping me. I'm just trying to see what else I have in here that's pretty much here she comes. So here they go. So you got you got the cookie, you got the caramel underneath, and chocolate on top, and they are good. I will give you that. I can't eat any now. I'm gonna ruin my appetite for Burger Barn. I can't eat right now. I'll wait till I get back. But so that's pretty much it, boys and girls. If anyone's question away.
I mean, Dickerson said he got the Torby for $4.99. Probably of the ones that I've let go by, that's probably one that I wished I hadn't of. I can't remember either. I had just racked and stacked quite a few and needed to calm down. Because $4.99 on a Torby, I don't care what it's in, but $4.99 in a Torby is in crazy land. So
it's just a hot piece, and you know what? Someone's got a trio that I'm looking for. And do I want to part with mine, and you want to part with yours? That's the question. And I don't think I'm going to want to part with mine as much as you don't want to part with yours.
Exactly.
I think that point is going to be moot at this point.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that one kind of settled itself. I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, look, hopefully they'll come back out with that. It wasn't like it was a
No, it's
one-time
not
thing.
LE or anything. It'll come back out. It just may take some time. So you may be getting a visit here in the next little bit. Someone's coming for cookies.
Hey, who is it? Who's coming? Oh yeah, he's close by too. He'll come. He's close by. He'll be with you like here with an hour and a half. You know. And what's Godfather asking? Vic, would you keep you? Would a particular movement stop me from buying a watch, Godfather? The answer to that question, in a real easy, quick answer, is no. It's not going to stop me from buying a watch. Again, only because in this group that we have and love, we have so many timepieces. We're always adjusting when we put them on the wrist anyway for a date. I mean, look, I'm a date police, but I don't adjust every single piece in the case. If it's in the case, it's in the case. As long as it comes on the wrist, everything needs to be correct. And believe me, if it's off a minute, I adjust my watch. I open my phone, I adjust it. I wait till the second hits the 12 o'clock. I pull the crown. The minute the phone or the cable box switches to I push it in and I let it go. So no, a movement is not going to stop me if I want the watch. Only because the next time I wear that watch, even if it's a 10, 20-second variation or whatever, it's as long as it keeps the time perfectly for me for that day. That's all I needed to do.
Yeah.
I know again that's another iffy subject with a lot of people. Like this movement and this watch, I don't think it's the greatest auto movement, but when I wear this watch, it keeps perfect time all day, and that's all really that I'm looking for it to do. Again, if you have 10 watches, then movement definitely is going to be a big part of the game. So no, for me, no for her. Is anything movement for you?
No.
So no for her as well. But
yeah,
so that was good.
I have to say it. There's been a few, not very many, but
Right.
there's been I'd say less than a handful that I've passed on.
Yeah,
But
I mean, again,
that's just me because I guess I'm more picky about that. But I mean that's because
yep.
I enjoy the mechanics behind it and the
Right.
research and all of that.
Right. But that's you, buddy. I mean, look, everyone has their own. That's you. And again, who am I to tell you, John, you're nuts? Who am I? Nobody. You like what you like. You buy what you buy. You wear what you wear, and there is nobody that should defray you from that. Don't let anybody in a chat group sway your mind from doing it. If you want it, you see it, you like it, you buy it. End of story.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if they're getting ready to turn off your water and your electric, you may want to hold off on that one. But
exactly. There are circumstances to it all. But
Godfather's pulling out some big weight questions.
What's he saying?
With a particular dial style or material?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. If it's something, look, I don't have every Magnum. Look, they had those ones for $149. I could have gotten all 4 or 5 just because they're different colors, but I wasn't crazy for the dial layout. I wasn't crazy for the color combinations. But there are some dials that, they could be plain. They could be simple, like the Blue Label Grand Diver, which I know it's not plain or simple, but you know what I'm trying to say.
But I mean, in other words, I know what you're saying.
Right. So, there are a couple that I would say, it's nice, but no, it's not my cup of tea. And unlike other people that will spew off about it in certain chats and rooms, I don't, I don't pass judgment and I don't make negative comments because, again, at the end of the day, you like what you like.
I know you don't, and you wouldn't.
Right. You like what you like at the end of the day. So, but no, that's a good question too. But I'm trying to think, did a watch go by? Yeah. I mean, again, those Magnums went by. I could have gotten them. I'm close to my 50. I could have gotten them, but I didn't because I just wasn't crazy for. Now I have a shack in that style of dial, but it's got diamonds around the 6 o'clock subdial. It's all blue. It's kind of blue label. I know doesn't say blue in the back, but it's definitely the blue label coloring. It's limited edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. There. So I did pick that up.
Yeah. So Dickerson's asking. I think he's saying you don't like the SpongeBob Magnum.
I like the Magnum SpongeBob. We saw it at the Yonkers store, and it's not as in your face as it looks like with other caricature. And don't kill me for this. Don't hate me for this. I do not like SpongeBob one bit. And at that point, it would be a buy just to buy. And a friend of mine told me if there's that butt word in there, the friend over here, he kind of said, if it's got the Y or the butt, you got to question if you need to buy it.
Yeah.
If it was all yellow, I would have jumped, especially at 139. I would have jumped. But again, then that would be a buy just to get into the collection. Now
Right.
they do have Beavis and Butthead coming. I love Beavis and Butthead. Me and my daughter got a bond with that. We used to watch it together.
Yeah.
So yes, Beavis and Butthead, done deal. If it was a Beavis and Butthead, I'd have it already. But I'm just not a SpongeBob fan.
Yeah.
Just wasn't my cup of tea. So I didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean there's some cartoons, that I didn't care that much for, but there's others that I really, gravitated towards, and like I say, used to watch them, with our daughter and stuff like that. So, I mean,
Right.
there's just certain things that, yeah, and I really think it depends on where you're at in your personal collection, like what stage you're at,
Right.
and everything.
Which leads to Dickerson's next question, but I'll let you finish your thought because I can see his next question.
Yeah, but it to buy if for no other reason than to just add it to the collection to have a number count. I think once you get to that certain spot, then as you look back on your collection later, you're like,
Right.
why did I buy that again?
Right.
If every time you're pulling trays and you keep going past it every single time because you're
Right.
just kind of like, and you don't really think that much of it, then maybe that wasn't the purchase that you should have done in the first place. But I mean, we all learn and we all go through that, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Exactly. Just like when they first came out with the first Graffiti Magnum. Okay, we all know I was going to get all three, and then they came out with this version, the black and the gold, totally different. So yeah, obviously I was going to get them because they're similar. Obviously, any Magnum is going to be similar because it's a Magnum. But every Magnum that I have in my collection, there isn't one that I could say, I bought it just for a piece count, and that would be the SpongeBob. The SpongeBob would be that piece count. Now he's asking, have you thought about what's your next after you fill your 50 slot? I haven't thought about what's next after my 50 slot. Have I made a comment about my next 50 slot? No. At that point, once I fill my 50 slot of Magnums, I definitely will lay off the accelerator pedal. Maybe get a little caught up with some certain things, and then if a watch strikes me or a watch strikes her, I'll hit the buy button. I'm not. I mean, to say when it's going to end, who can answer that question? Really,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't answer it. I didn't think when I bought my first Bolt back then, I didn't think I'd be at this point today. I wouldn't even close.
Oh yeah, never. I mean, even when I was at 20, I never would have thought I'd have been past 50, and then when I hit 60, I never thought I'd be, and so you just never really, you don't really recognize it at the moment. You don't really think about it, but yeah.
Right.
So Godfather's pulling out some questions.
Yeah, Godfather. Go ahead, John.
If you could to both of you, if you could design a watch, what would it have? Movement dial, etc.
For me, very easy. I sent RJ the email yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I would, and again, my friend over here, help me out. did some specs for me. He said it could be done. He said it could be done. I would love to see a master calendar in a Magnum with the diamond bezel on a bracelet, everything matching. So whatever the dial color was, if it's possible, a mint and ice blue would be phenomenal. And I would love an automatic plain dial, just the hour markers, mother of pearl, diamond bezel, Magnum. I mean, anything Magnum for me with a new design or new dial would trump, and that's why I love these Legatos so much, because it's just a complete new look to it. And I hope they don't do it often. I hope it's a one. Now these puppies, that's going to be something that, because it's something new and different. But I would love it. I would love a master calendar. And I think you checked for me too. I think you said it could work as well. I would love an 80/40 end movement in a Magnum.
Yeah, I mean, measuring the 80/40s I have, it would. I mean, now to say that it's going to be snug, yeah, I think it's going to be snug. But I think depending on the casement and everything, I think it could be done. It may look a little squat, in where you line stuff up, but I think it could be done. Yeah.
So you?
I would love a blue label Lupa with diamonds. And I would like the diamonds to come out over the lugs as well.
Okay.
Movement wise, I'll defer to somebody else. I'm not as
she's not movement savvy.
Yeah, I'm not movement savvy. So, but I would love to see that, and I would want that on a bracelet, not a strap. And I think that a good size, like this size.
Okay, so I was gonna say, did you want like a dragon style or Revolution or
Dragon.
a baby or
like this?
So dragon.
Yeah.
And I know it's big, but I like it.
It is, and it's a little, it's a little big on her, but hey, she likes it.
But I think especially the dragon, the way they did the linkage, it's a very easily conformable bracelet, so it tends to ride pretty nice. Now it's got like the dual deployment on the back, right? The class system.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So those line up and look really nice, but all of those linkages make it really smooth around the wrist. Yeah,
it does. And I think she got this sized over at the store because this had that collar, and I'm not attempting that one anymore.
It's not.
So she got that size at the store. I paid for it though.
Yes, he did.
There you go.
I paid for it. So I said, here you go. Here's the money. Go get it sized. I wasn't about to. Thanks, T.
I see. I don't think it looks bad.
Here, I'll come up with it.
No, that's. I mean, all things considered, no. I mean, it's no bigger than some of the other ones, and I think, like you say, the way it fits around your wrist, that the bracelet, I think, is key. That's for sure.
Yeah, it just comes up a little bit from the this part comes up a little bit, which
yeah, there's a little bit of elevation, but that's general with the Lupa and the the dial and crystal and everything.
Right, but still ticking by the way.
There you go.
The battery change is still working.
Still working. Hadn't fallen out.
Yeah. So I tell you what, man, you don't realize these 2 hours flew by quick.
Yeah. I remember, I was like, how can you talk for 2 hours? And I'm like, you'd be surprised. It goes a lot faster than, for, maybe the first 5-10 minutes, you're kind of getting warmed up, and then all of a sudden it's off to the races, and then you get the questions coming in, and it can go really fast. And
look, we all found out how we met, and we all found out that process, which wasn't expected, but.
Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest, or it wasn't the most contiguous, storyline, but we eventually got it.
Not from my brain, it wasn't. No, from hers. She remembers everything. When it comes to, forget about it. She'll remember. She'll bring back an argument from 20 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm sure we all can relate. to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I know it's 4. I know you want to end it, but
Yeah, no, I really want to say, thanks for both of you coming on and
yeah, man.
you know,
Thanks for these.
Thanks for the
oh,
shirts.
hey, absolutely. And
Can't wait for the blue ones to come in.
yeah. And for everyone that was unaware, this is probably Janet's first time of ever being in front of the camera like this, and I appreciate it. And you did awesome.
Good job.
You did a great job.
Honey.
You're
Good job, honey.
like a pro, so don't even worry about it. And for everyone in the chat, I appreciate everyone coming by.
Yeah, guys, thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Sorry if we missed the chat.
All of us.
Yeah, man. Sorry if we missed any chat, guys. I really didn't. Never done purposely.
I mean, I have the advantage of having Christy over here running everything to keep things moving for me, and we have signs and stuff if I miss something. So,
all right,
but,
and we are wearing these out to Burger Barn, just so you know.
Okay.
There's no change. We're clean shot. We're just ready to go,
You're good
and
to go, right?
we're good to go. So this was great.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you, Christy, for doing what you do behind the scenes. It was fun. We got through all the him hers, and these aren't all the him hers. This is just
this was the highlight reel.
And the highlight reel of them. I mean, in pure sight. I mean, we got the other ones with the day date where the day is like on the circular.
Oh yeah.
Part of it, the specialties, the thin ones like the 45 millimeters that they had for $39. We got those.
I remember those.
Yeah, we did those. A bunch of others, but this was the creme de la creme, let's say.
Oh yeah, no, and awesome collection, and awesome stories and everything. So yeah. It's been amazing.
Been great.
Appreciate everybody, and like Smitten just said, we'll see everybody tonight on Power Play.
9 o'clock, I think.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yep.
And with that, y'all have a good one.
You too, man. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
See y'all.